Hello, my name is Sarah Coyle. I am a staff attorney at Philadelphia Lawyers for Social Equity, and I am here to tell you about your rights as far as employment goes and a criminal record. First and foremost, Philadelphia is lucky because we have a law called Ban the Box Commonly. It is also referred to as the Fair Chance Hiring Law. What that law says is that employers are not allowed to run your criminal background or check your criminal background until they have offered you, they have made a conditional offer of employment. That's the term. So what your rights are is that if you see a question on an application or you are asked a question during an interview about your criminal record, your right is to refuse to answer. Now, once they have given you this conditional offer, they've said, we interviewed you, we reviewed your application, we think that you are a good candidate, we would like to hire you, here's when you start. Then they will ask for permission to run your criminal background. Once your criminal background is checked, these employers cannot just use anything against you. The things that they are allowed to consider when making their hiring decision are only conviction data. So if it is non-conviction, if you did not plead guilty or were not found guilty, this employer should not consider that. It must be within the last 7 years, meaning the case ended 7 years ago, so your sentence completed 7 years ago. And it must present an unacceptable risk to the employer. So what that means is these employers have to look at each case on a case-by-case basis. They're going to consider, how long ago the offense was and how the offense is related to the job. The example we like to use is if you have a retail theft conviction from within 7 years ago and you want to work at a retail store, it might be reasonable for that employer to say, no, we're not hiring you. So what this employer will do is send a letter to you, and they have to provide you with a copy of your criminal background. The reason they have to provide you with this is because you have 10 days after they've made that decision not to hire you to dispute their decision. So you may look at this criminal background and say, hey, I wasn't convicted of these things that you are using against me, or these things happened 10 years ago and you are using them against me. And that is how you know your rights and use your rights when seeking employment with a criminal record.